Today I got Perdomo 2 in the Maduro wrapper. Robusto size, 5x50. As you guys can see, it's a nice rectangular, nice flat shape. It's a Cuban box press. Real nice, very nice shape. It's a little spongy. That doesn't mean it's over moist, it's just, I guess, the way it's constructed. I've had many of these. I bought a box of them. Here's a box it comes in. Real nice, simple wooden, rustic looking box. They make this. This is a remake of an older cigar. Usually what happens with Perdomo cigars is that the certain crop they were using for that runs out, and so then they have to remake it with a different crop, so the flavors change a bit. So this is the new Perdomo 2. I use this 5-year aged tobacco. This is a nice Maduro wrapper, the 2008 limited edition. The Maduro comes with a yellow band, and the natural, which is a little bit milder and doesn't have as much flavor, comes in a red wrapper, which I'll be reviewing as well. Today I'm going to punch it with my Prometheus God of Fire limited edition lighter. Has these two nice, which I haven't seen in any other lighter. Has the really huge ring gauge punch. This one's awesome for 60 gauge, like for Toraño Loyo or something like that, or one of those Rocky Patel Hercules. Works like a charm. Even for pretty much every other cigar, this one down here is pretty perfect. And then it has these little things, which I haven't seen in any other lighter as well. That's where you put the butane, but then it has these other two protrusions that what they do is they pop out the thing for you. But they don't work so great today, but usually it just, when you close it, it pulls out the leftover wrapper. Toast it nice and slow with my Lotus Perdomo lighter, quadruple torch. I only have about probably 5 more Perdomos to review before I start hitting up other cigars. Like I said in another video, my priorities are to get all the Perdomos out of the way because they're my favorites, and I smoke them every day, so it's easier to just get them out of the way quickly. And then right after that in my queue I got my pretty much second favorite, if not tied with Perdomo, cigars, which are Carlos Toraño. I have about 10 different ones that I've been aging in my box for a few months now. As you can see, a lot of really thick smoke. I've had a lot of these. This is probably my 8th. This is the most smoked cigar I got because this is the first full box of cigars that I ever bought. I got it as a gift. So pretty much I know what I'm going to expect out of it because I've had so many, and they're pretty much consistent and the same every time, which is a sign of quality. The burn line, I can tell you right now, is always perfect. I mean, I'll show you guys the wrapper and stuff. I'm sorry I forgot to do that. Very smooth. Has a bit of tooth, but it's smooth. It's fairly thin, nice and spongy. My box, I brought it up from around 64 to 65. I brought it a bit up to 67 because now it's a lot drier out here. It's winter, so I didn't want my cigars to dry out the minute I took them out, so I brought the humidity up a little bit. Like I said, 5-year aged. What this cigar has is it doesn't have too many flavors, but they're pretty potent. It's a medium body. Because of the strength of the spice, you might get confused and call it a full body, but it's the body itself is around medium, maybe medium to full, closer to medium. What you get instantly and throughout the cigar, since I've had so many, I know what to expect pretty much. The strength doesn't abate at all. I mean, you get it throughout. There's a lot of black pepper, loads of black pepper. You feel it, you taste it, you get the spice, the zing on your tongue, the tingling sensation here on your lips, on your tongue. It's very potent. This has a lot of black pepper and a lot of spice. So if you don't like those two things, stay very far from this. This is up there with the Cielo by Perdomo. That's made for Corona Cigar Company. That has a lot of pepper. It's less complex than the Cielo, but it's better made. Has a nicer band, Using the Robusto size 5x50. Comes out to around $6. For the bigger sizes, around $6.50. It's very well priced. You can get a box of Robustos for a little over $100, maybe 117, 120, and it's definitely worth it. Me, I like pepper, so you know, I love that about it. It's just simple. Pretty much all you get is aged tobacco, flavor-wise. You get your aged tobacco, and you get your black pepper. That's about it. What you feel is the spice. You feel that it's nice and thick. It's very rich. It's very smooth smoke, and you get a lot of it. Real thick. It's not thin or airy in any way. Yeah, a lot of pepper. Very strong. Sometimes I forget how strong it is. I haven't had one of these in like a week or 2 weeks. Very powerful. But with this cigar, pretty much, even though I like the pepper, I mean, it's a bit, even for me, too strong. Like, I gotta drink my ice water with it, otherwise it just feels harsh. There's no Perdomo that I don't like. I love them all, including this one, but I guess it sounds bad to me because I love Perdomo cigars so much, but I guess I could call this my least favorite. But that doesn't mean I don't like it. I still really like it and would smoke it every day, and I'm gonna keep buying them because I love them. I'll recommend them to people. But of all the Perdomos, it's probably my least favorite, but that doesn't mean I don't like it. It's just that there's others that I love, you know, way more. You see, really thick smoke. I don't know if it's because I haven't had one in such a long time, or maybe this one's special, but I think I'm getting even more pepper out of this. I mean, it's crazy. I've never had a cigar with this much pepper, and I've had the full, I don't know if you guys are with My Father cigars, entire Don Pepin. I've had Jaime Garcia, I've had Don Pepin Black Label, Blue Label, I've had Le Bijou, I've had the normal My Father, I've had Flor de las Antillas. I've had his almost every cigar by him, which he's known for that, you know, how much pepper he puts. I've had another extremely peppery cigar that's also made by him. Is what's that called? The one with the parakeet on it. The really nice band. San Cristobal. Those cigars are extremely peppery as well, and this beats all of them in the pepper. I'm curious to see what I haven't had the red label yet, the natural. I hear it's really smooth, very mild, and doesn't have any pepper. Those are things I would prefer for an everyday cigar. An everyday, any time of the day cigar. This is more of an occasional cigar just because of its flavor. I mean, I wouldn't want to be, you know, experiencing all that really strong pepper all the time, every day. That's why I've been smoking them really slow. Pretty much in my little group of friends that like cigars. A misconception is that older men, like stronger cigars. But, I mean, it's different with everybody. All the older people that I know that smoke cigars, they all prefer mild cigars for some reason. They hate pepper. Especially one of my closest friends, he detests pepper. So I mean, if I was pissed at him or something, I'd give him one of these and tell him it wasn't peppery. He'd be pissed off as shit. Because this is extremely peppery. Here's a burn line. That's pretty weird. I haven't seen that before. It was me that it's really windy out here. And in the daylight, you can't see this freaking... You can barely see it. So, you know, it didn't light it right. It's not the wrapper's fault. That hasn't happened to me before with this cigar. Also, this one's a double band. It's got 2 bands. Real nice ones too. Just simple. There's no design on it. But it's nice and it's embossed. Like pretty much all of the Perdomos are. It says Series Y2K. I don't know what that means. Probably they're labeled because they're limited edition. Again, this is a simple name, Perdomo 2. That's all it is. And then you have them in red and you have them in yellow. They're a little bit cheaper. I would say construction-wise, a little bit better than the Lot 23. Even though the Lot 23, the construction's not perfect, but to me, it's like a very rustic, old school, old world type cigar. So the construction for me is not an issue in it, even though it's not bad. I mean, it looks rustic, it looks nice and old world. I like that. I'm not a cigar Nazi where like, oh, it has to be perfect and everything has to be super straight and smooth and, you know. Unless it's doing crazy stuff and burning out on you and dying out and tastes nasty. Doesn't matter how it looks. The aesthetics don't matter. I mean, you're taking the smoke in and tasting it. That's all that matters, how it tastes. It's the same thing with food. Just because it looks good doesn't mean it tastes good. Some things look delicious, but when you put it in your mouth, it tastes like crap. But yeah, this is made a little bit better than the Lot 23. Less burn issues and stuff, and the seams are a bit tighter. And there's a few, you know, openings there, as you can see right there. Right there. But I've never had these fall apart on me. As you can see, I don't know if it's just my imagination, but pretty much the tip, the first inch, is a bit fatter. Or maybe that's because it's opening up because it's burning, I think. But it tapers off and gets thicker towards that part. It's a really nice box pressed, Cuban pressed. So it's more pronounced, it's more rectangular. Here's a burn line, 11 minutes in. About half an inch. No problems, no issues. That little thing, that little hill that was there, it fixed itself. I didn't have to touch it. The pepper's still very strong, it hasn't died down, and I know it won't die down because I've had so many of these. Pretty much you're gonna get really strong pepper, black pepper throughout, and spice. You're gonna feel it on your tongue. You're gonna feel it here, pretty much all over your mouth. It's very invasive. It's not bad because I like the pepper, but if you don't like pepper, I mean, you're gonna hate this cigar. So that's why I do these reviews, so you don't go and you know, spend money and time and have your hopes up on something that you don't know about. You try it and then you hate it. It's good to try new things. And me, regardless what people say about it, if I know I don't like something, I'll still try it just so that I know I have my own opinion. But I know some people, you know, would rather see what it's like. Like people like to rent movies before they buy them, rent games before they buy them, rent the car before they buy it. It's the same thing. You look at a review to see, you know, so you don't go off and buy a box of something that you'll hate. Me, I bought the box without ever, or I got it as a gift without ever having it before, so it was a complete surprise to me. I probably would have preferred now, even though I like the pepper, to get the red label. You know, because I guess it's smoother and milder and doesn't have the pepper. So it would be, you know, more easygoing to have throughout the day, or to give, you know, give as a gift. This I can't give to anybody. I mean, they'll hate me for it if I give it to them. They'll spit it out and throw it away, unless they like pepper. I mean, you have to have the refined taste, and you have to like pepper to like this. And the thing about this is that many cigars have pepper. Many of high-end, premium, good quality, complex cigars have pepper. But the thing is, it's not so potent or not so pronounced because it's melded together with other flavors. The thing about this, where you feel the pepper so strong, it might not be that it's just strong pepper. It's that there's no other flavor to meld with it, you know, and kind of hide it or, you know, fuse with it. It's just straight up pepper, so that's all you get out of it. There's no other flavor. There's no array of flavors. It's just pepper, and you feel the spice. You know, thick smoke. Robusto size, even though it's Robusto size, you get over an hour out of this. On average, an hour 15, hour 20, give or take. It's a great cigar. I'll do a short part 2 so I can show you guys the burn and tell you how long the ash stayed. The ash on these, pretty much every Perdomo, even with the box press ones, they stay at least an inch. Usually over an inch. Yeah, I'm still getting the pepper. Not very complex, but that's cool. You don't always need a complex cigar. You don't have to wake up in the morning and have an Opus X, you know. I mean, you might, you know. So I don't see why not, but I think it would be missing out because I wouldn't be able to pick up all the flavors. You know, I just woke up. Or if you're doing something else and you're busy and you're smoking, you know, just to be smoking, I wouldn't pick up a complex cigar. I think it'd be a waste. I'd pick up maybe something more simple like one of these, or a Lot 23 or something like that. Or a Casa Toraño. Nice, smooth, simple cigar. Alright guys, until next time, I'll do a part 2.